Welcome. Hey, everybody, look, this is a big day. All right, I've got butterflies. I've been backstage, seen everybody backstage, and I've got butterflies for them because this is the third annual Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition Awards ceremony. This one for 2023 is going to be the best one yet. And I'm just saying that now. I'm claiming it. My name is Will Dawson. I am honored to be your host today. And today we are going to be celebrating some of the best writing that we have seen over the past year. Our judges have made great selections, and we're going to name some winners. But before I let you go, I got to give you some history, because that's what we do. Got to give you some history. The Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition. Now, this competition showcases the work of screenwriters and connects them with like-minded individuals in the industry. The goal is to support and advance the careers of talented screenwriters. Now, this competition itself, all right, is an annual event that celebrates the art of screenwriting and the talented writers who participated in the competition. The competition is open to writers with all levels of experience, and winners are selected by a panel of industry professionals. And as you will see later on, our nominees, our winners are from all over the place. We have over 100 submissions from all around the world. From as far as Australia, they are joining us live the next day. You hear what I'm saying? They are ahead of us, but here with us is what I'm letting you know. So I want to let you know this is an international thing, and we are official, and we are doing our thing. The categories for this year, we have 5 categories that we'll be giving awards in. Best character writing, most creative screenplay, best short screenplay, best episodic screenplay, and best feature screenplay. So these are the things you need to know. So over the next hour, we will be giving out these awards. But before we do, all right, listen, I'm a guy who likes structure. I need to know the rules. I need to know the ground rules, and I want you all to do that as well. All right, so we have someone here who is going to let us know what it is, the importance of screenwriting. He's going to give us some tips on what screenwriting or what good screenwriting is. And he's going to let us know what we can expect, not only from our writers today, but going forward. All right. Now, while he is speaking, for those of us who are joining us on YouTube Live, I want you to please type in the chat where you are joining us from. I saw a lot of people registered. If you are here with us, type in the chat and we will shout you out throughout the show, because we want to thank you for your support. And now that is out of the way, let's introduce our keynote speaker. Now, our keynote speech comes from filmmaker, author, and 360 creative coach Phil Svitek. Phil was the former chief operating officer at AfterBuzz TV, a digital broadcasting network with about 5 million subscribers. That's all. Nothing big. Pretty big. Phil is the author of 2 books, Master Mental Fortitude, A Guide to Achieving Your Creative Ambitions, and Elan. He's directed and produced 2 independent features, both with successful festival runs, winning numerous honors, including Audience Award and Best Feature. Currently, my man Phil is working on a filmmaking how-to book, his second novel, and an animated trilogy of movies. You can check him out at philsvitek.com, but right now, check him out on screen, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Phil.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition Awards Ceremony. I want to take a moment to applaud everyone's efforts in this huge achievement. And no, I'm not just talking about those who are nominated or who are about to win an award. I'm talking about everyone who submitted a script into this competition. And that is because it takes a tremendous amount of resilience and discipline to be able to do that. So many people think about writing a script, some even begin, but so few finish. And so it is a huge personal victory, as well as a victory for the world, as Steven Pressfield, author of The War of Art, might argue. I want you to remember that as we head into the awards section of the ceremony, because it can be easy to get lost within comparison. But the creative journey is an individual one. It doesn't matter whether you were just recently bitten by the writer's bug or are an experienced writer at this stage. We're at different stages, and the question to ask yourself really is, am I better today than I was yesterday? And if the answer is yes, then that's progress, and that's what you want. In an attempt to help every screenwriter along on their journey, I figured it'd be beneficial to share 5 tips that have tremendously benefited me, and I think they can benefit you. Tip number 1, art is observation. In an interview with Tim Ferriss, acclaimed music producer Rick Rubin argued that art really is just observation. The actual making of the product is craftsmanship and skill. And so in order to put out that product into the world, we need to observe the world and see its universal truths to really figure out what we're trying to say with whatever it is that we're making. And when it comes to a screenplay, I'm not just talking about the down-to-earth stories, right? I'm talking about sci-fi, horror, fantasy, it doesn't matter. Because all of these still share a fundamental truth that we're trying to express about humanity, the human condition, and so forth. Those who witness the world and can translate it into their art are the ones who can penetrate into audiences' hearts. And the reason for that is because they can translate their own experience into one that the audience gets to experience firsthand and share in that joy, that sadness, whatever emotion it may be. So as you go about your day-to-day activities, take stock of the world you walk around in, right? What's happening? What are the deeper truths? And my advice to you, always carry a notebook because you never know when an observation strikes you and you want to make sure you jot it down. Tip number 2, embrace the magic of ma moments. Which of course begs the question, what the hell is a ma moment? In 2002, Roger Ebert spoke with acclaimed director Hayao Miyazaki, and he noted about his films that he appreciated the gratuitous motion in his films, saying that instead of every moment being dedicated to the story, sometimes people will just sit for a moment, or they will sigh, or look in a running stream, or do something extra, not to advance the story, but only to give the sense of time and place and who they are. Miyazaki quipped, "We have a word for that in Japanese. It's called ma, emptiness. It's there intentionally." Using these subdued ma moments allows for reflection, imagination, and interpretation. And not just visually, but emotionally. That's what strengthens the bond and connection between the protagonist and its audience. Incorporating these ma moments can take a lot of courage because oftentimes when others read your script, they can look at that and say, this needs to be cut, it's boring, and it's not advancing the plot. But when you really know what you're trying to achieve with those specific moments, they can have a profound effect and you have to be able to fight for them. Here's an example from Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away. In the movie, 10-year-old Chihiro takes a train ride, and as she does, there's not much happening. Instead, she just observes the world around her. There's stillness, there's calmness. And this allows for the audience to see the outside world that is passing by her. And by extension, we can feel that we are a small part in a big world, just like Chihiro. These ma moments are the essence of authenticity. Your audience will thank you for incorporating them because you've invited them into a world where emotions transcend the limitations of language and where silence speaks volumes. Tip number 3, overcome writer's imperfection. Many times writers will write in this wonderful flow state, and then all of a sudden it just stops. We tend to call this writer's block, but this is a false term because what's actually going on is we have this fear because of our critical selves that what we're writing is not up to a certain standard that we deemed for ourselves. But the only way through this is to continue writing. You have to look at the amount of crappy pages you have written. Is it none? Is it just a few? Well, keep going. Keep writing crappy pages because that will allow you to penetrate through this struggle that you're having. The truth of the matter is that regardless of how great a writer is, we all go through these periods where the well of creativity seemingly dries up. But as I said, the key to it is to keep writing regardless of the quality of that writing. Because guess what? You can always revise those crappy pages, but you can't revise something that's not there. In fact, Neil Gaiman wisely puts it, write down everything that happens in the story, and then in your second draft, make it look like you knew what you were doing all along. Here's a little secret. When he says second draft, he doesn't technically mean that. It could be the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the 100th. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you will be judged upon what you present, never what the audience or the reader doesn't see. Embrace the messiness of writing. It is a creative journey, and through that bumping of your head, things can arise that you never imagined, and oftentimes forming the best scenes in the entire story. So There is no writer's block, only writer's imperfection, and there's a way through it if you just keep on writing regardless of the quality. Tip number 4, discipline and inspiration aren't mutually exclusive. William Faulkner once joked, "I only write when I feel inspired." Fortunately, inspiration strikes at 10 o'clock every day. What Faulkner highlights there is that the inspiration comes because of the discipline associated with our writing. Professional writers understand that inspiration is not a requirement. Think about it in this poetic way. Once you begin to work at your desk, it's as if the muses reward you for putting in that effort with inspiration. And so I encourage you to have a writing routine. Now, it doesn't have to be a daily practice, but as long as it's consistent, couple hours, within the week, whatever it may be, it will pay off. Part of that is it keeps the story fresh in your mind and your unconscious brain working and solving various plot problems and whatever else that may need to be solved within the story to make it work. So discipline and inspiration really are synonymous for any successful writer out there. Now, quick caveat, on some days you will have tremendous output and on other days you will struggle. It goes back to writer's imperfection. Just keep writing regardless of the quality and you will eventually get to the story that you're trying to tell. Tip number 5, read and read widely. Stephen King argues those who do not read cannot write, and I believe this wholeheartedly, as do other successful writers. By reading, you elevate your craft. Refer back to tip number 1, art is observation. By reading, you observe the tropes of genre, the pitfalls of cliche, and so forth. To Stephen King's notion, I add to read widely. Read horror, read sci-fi, read fantasy, read comedy, read drama, read all of that because it just enriches you in such a profound way. By reading widely, it will make you aware of what is out there. It will teach you how to write better dialogue, action lines, and so forth. And that's regardless of the quality of the script. You will start to absorb these scripts and be able to judge of, okay, this is good and I want to apply it, or this is bad and I don't want to have that in my scripts. But beyond scripts, I encourage you to also read novels as well as nonfiction. Great screenwriters such as Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino read all kinds of books. And not that they're necessarily adapting them, but they just draw inspiration from it, filling up their proverbial reservoir of all this creativity from those works of art. So I encourage you to read a lot and read widely because it will tremendously help you as a writer. So those are the 5 tips that have tremendously benefited me, and I hope they have the same effect on you. We are now ready to head into the award ceremony portion of the festivities. Once again, I want to applaud everyone who submitted. You are winners in my book, and I cannot wait to see where you go from here. So please keep writing.
Phil. All right. First of all, Phil don't hit us with a full production worthy movie. All right. Phil was out there. He was giving us angles. He was like, all right. And as Faulkner said, then he hit us with the hey ma. I was like, shout out to Dipset. Hey ma, you good? That's right. Phil, you're killing the game, Phil. Congratulations to all of the nominees because you get that wealth of information from Phil Svitek. Go to his website. You want to check him out. He's got books coming out for filmmaking. Go to philsvitek.com. And my goodness, I'm doing half of the thing like this. All right. And Faulkner said, all right. Okay. All right. Listen, thank you guys for letting us know where you are from. Let's put some up on the screen, see where everybody is joining us from. Jim Norman, welcome from Fort Lauderdale. All right. Joining us on YouTube Live. Nick Albertson, hello from LA. Good to have you aboard, Nick. Brian Dang from Washington, D.C. Look at that. We all over the globe. Well, the United States globe. Spiral Mind, hello. Checking in from Texas. Glad to be here. Glad to see you as well. David joining from his friends. All right, you ain't got the flex like that. I mean, San Diego. Hey, man, David, we got it from the boat. All right. Ash Sade, greetings from LA. Great to have you aboard as well. Jonathan, he's here in LA. Welcome, Jonathan. Thanks for checking in. This is a big deal. We are almost ready to give out the awards. That is what you are here for, except for those who might be on a boat who got other things going on. But before we do that, we want to give you the state of the industry. Look, the elephant in the room is since the second quarter of the year, writers have been on strike. They were joined by the Actors Guild as well. So look, who knows when the strike will be over? I was told there were some meetings this week, but we just don't know what to expect. So the industry is in flux. So you guys, that is why it's important for you to keep writing, keep moving on, because once we are back in normalcy or some sort of normalcy and fair wagedom, you guys will be who and what is next. So we want you to keep it up. But before we go on with the awards, I want to give you a chance to figure out what the state of the industry is. And doing that for us is an LA-based comedian, writer, and dessert enthusiast from Maryland. His name is Eric Owusu, who's written for Disney, CBS, and Yahoo, and has performed stand-up comedy all over these United States, probably not from a boat in San Diego. He is also an optimist who loves to laugh and enjoys the occasional heated debate where he gets to flex his liberal muscle. Ladies and gentlemen, he has a stand-up special that we're going to talk about in a minute, but before we do, please give your attention to Eric Owusu with the state of the industry. Let's go.
Hi, hello, good to see you. Congratulations to everyone here. My name is Eric Owusu. I am a WGA writer, and I want to say thank you for having me speak at the LA Screenwriting Competition Awards. The third time this has happened, these awards. Kudos to y'all, and I hope for many, 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 many more award shows so y'all can get your laurels and your trophies and your certificates and your validation. Love this for you guys. So I am a WGA writer. I'm a writer in the Writers Guild of America West. I live in Los Angeles, and I'm here to give you an update on the strike. It's still going. It's still an ongoing strike. We are over 100 days in this strike, the stop work. The AMPTP, the companies that hire us, Netflix, Disney, Amazon, let me not name too many others because I want to write one day. We've been negotiating for the last couple weeks, and we still haven't come to a resolution, terms of agreement that work for both sides. So we're still picketing, we're still marching. Here's my evidence that I'm a writer in the guild. I got my sign right here that says AMPTP, more like y'all are so greedy. This is what I strike with. This is my custom made sign. I'm in the guild, I promise. So we are still striking against the companies that hire us to write the things that entertain the world. Entertainment is one of the biggest exports that the United States of America sells. That and McDonald's hamburgers. We just can't stop selling them. They make too much money. Go figure. So what do we do as writers in the guild while we hope for the best in terms of getting a deal so we can get back to work? We keep demanding what's fair and what's right. You know, the companies are trying to write us out of writing television. They're trying to have unfettered, unrestricted, free use of AI, even though courts and judges say that companies can't make money and copyright things that are created by AI. That's another fight, and it is part of what's going on right now, but it's another aspect of the jigsaw puzzle we're trying to put together to keep writing as a profession and to keep humans in the writer's room. Have actual people writing TV shows and films and scripted things. So, you know, the fight marches on, but what gives me hope is that history is on our side. You know, in 2007, 2008, the strike ended at 100 days, and we didn't get the greatest deal ever, but we got a good deal, and we were able to keep going and, you know, keep having residuals and keep writing. I got into the guild myself in 2017, and I've been a proud WGA member ever since then, and I'm still proud now. I'm on the picket lines outside of the studios here in LA, and I'm helping demand fair wages and fair use of our talents and fair compensation and, you know, trying to keep AI from replacing us. So I'm very hopeful. A little bit about myself and my journey to get into the WGA. I'm from a little town called Hyattsville, Maryland. You've never heard of it. It's not Baltimore. Don't ask me about The Wire, please. And I moved to New York to go to a grad school for TV writing and producing, got my MFA in that. Then I moved to Los Angeles in 2015 to write for the CBS Diversity Showcase. I wrote for the 2016 showcase. It went really well. I was able to get my first literary agent from doing that showcase. And I had been submitting and working and struggling and working hustle jobs, drove for Postmates, everything under the sun. And then I landed my first staff writing gig on the Disney Channel in 2017, which was a contract negotiation year with the studios. We were this close to going on strike a month or two after I had gotten my first official WGA recognized TV show gig. So, I'm very familiar with contract negotiations in my short career thus far. And yeah, I've been a writer since. I've sold pitches and I've written pilots and screenplays. I do stand-up comedy, so I write ad nauseum. But I am a writer, and writers write. So, what I will say to everyone who is not in the guild yet, to all my pre-WGA folks and writers, you are seen, you are recognized, you are appreciated. We were all once pre-WGA writers. And what I will say to you is, keep the faith. You are creative, you are talented, you can put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard. So keep doing that. I firmly believe in the saying, work begets work. So write the things. Even if you're not paid to write a thing or prompted to write a thing anyway. All it does is sharpen the sword and get you better at your craft. Writers write, so keep doing your thing. Some other words of advice: keep the faith, stay hopeful, breathe, take deep breaths, do some yoga, and know that you are valid and wonderful and creative, and that we will get past this so that we can all write and create and live a beautiful, happy writer life. And again, congratulations to all the winners and all the applicants and people who submitted to the Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition. Enjoy your awards, enjoy this award ceremony, and have a good day. Keep the faith.
Thank you, Eric, for everything that you gave to us there. I thought that was very good. I feel like he got some dad jokes in, and I was told that I was told that I couldn't tell dad jokes, so I was wondering where he got those from. But I guess God don't favor everybody, but he does favor Eric, who has a self-produced comedy special. There will be a screening on the 31st of August at Permanent Records Roadhouse. The doors are open. It is free to go. Let's check out a clip.
Fourth grade, I'm 9 years old. It's my first time in a brand new school. And the teacher wrote a note. Hey, Eric, you're being disruptive in my class. You're talking in class. Give this to your parents. Gave it to my mom, and she kept her composure, but in her head, she decided to launch the nuclear option and deport me, is what happened. We proceeded to go to school and live in Ghana for about a year and a half. There's nothing more disruptive to a classroom full of West African children than a new nigga that looks just like them. And when he opens his mouth to talk, he sounds like Carlton Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know what the fuck I sound like. I love therapy. I think I like my therapist a little too much, though. And she goes, Eric, I wonder why you find it so important to be able to make me laugh. And I was a little too honest. I was like, look, mommy, I guess I just need to feel like I'm your favorite, is what it is.
This is your chance to support Black excellence. Eric will be Thursday, August 31st. He will be he'll be in LA. So at Permanent Records Roadhouse in LA, doors open at 7. It is free. Support Black artists, especially now that they are not working. Our writers are still on strike, so they need your support in their other endeavors and their different endeavors. And then when they get back to writing, he will be on a wave. He'll be doing his thing. So thank you, Eric, for your words, and can't wait to see more of you in the comedy and the writing worlds. All right, listen. That's all the preamble that we have. It is time to get down to what we are here for today. We are here to give out some awards from our brilliant screenwriters, or like I said, over 100 submissions from all over the globe. And so we are ready to do so. The first award we will be giving out today for the 2023 Los Angeles Screenwriting Competitions Awards will be Best Character Writing. And here are the nominees. Tijuana Touchdown, writer Ronald Dean Smith. The Losers Club, writer Jonathan Turner Smith. The Ride, writer Alicia Haran. Private Ives, writer P.J. Yerman. Best Mate, writer Patrick K. Gamble. Those are your nominees. And the winner is for Best Character Writing, Tijuana Touchdown, writer Robert Dean Smith. Now, here's the premise for the writing. Every day, a Tijuana boy makes an arduous journey across the border to get an education. He battles the loss of his father and racism to lead the first all-Mexican high school team to win an American football championship. Some of the judges said, great story. The characters felt so real. That's why I won for Best Character Writing. They said they related easily to the characters' struggles and their internal dilemmas. It was really a fantastic script that kept them wanting to read more once they picked it up. Congratulations, Ronald Dean Smith. A worthy win. And instead of just saying congratulations, why don't we say it to his face? Is Ron here with us today? Hello, Ron. Unmute yourself, Ron. Come on, we live. We can't do this. Ron, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. You're muted.
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
Ron, congratulations. Listen, let me tell you something. Tijuana touchdown, huh? Tijuana touchdown. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Congratulations on the win for Best Character Writing. I guess the question really has to be asked. What inspired you to write these characters?
You know what's lucky for me, I've started screenwriting in my later years here. I've been doing it for about 2 years. And I think life experiences, meeting people, seeing personalities, that's you draw from all that. And I have a friend, I'm not going to get into the details because it was inspired by a true story. I had a friend that used to go across the Tijuana border in the early 60s to get an education in sports and everything. And different stories I hear from different people, I came up with this story, and that's what inspires me.
Did you hear what the judges said? Did you want me to read those again for you? Because I feel like I could.
I heard. I'm very humbled.
Listen,
very humble.
Congratulations, Ron. I want you to know that you're getting your laurels today. And like you said, you just started 2 years ago, but this is the beginning of something beautiful.
Thank you, Will.
Like I said, over 100 submissions, and you won. So congratulations to you, and we look forward to so much more. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, thank you. You guys are doing a great job with this. I'm glad you're supporting writers.
All right. Congratulations, Ron. Give it up one more time. That was great. That was absolutely great. So we got our first award out of the way. We're doing well. We had the sound effects, you know what I'm saying? We got clapping and everything. And from the audience, congratulations from Kia. I can thank you for those congratulations for Ron. Up next for our awards for the 2023 Los Angeles Screenwriting Competitions Awards will be Most Creative Screenplay. These are the nominees. I Drum to a Different Puzzle, writer Brian Hun. Wolf Dust, writer John Kuzga. Spiral Mind, writers Benito F. Perez and Jackson J. Smith. Metronome, writer Ethan Grover. Life is Complicated, writer Francesco Nuzzi. And the winner of the Most Creative Screenplay is Ethan Grover. Congratulations for Metronome. All right, here's the log line for that. This is a sci-fi thriller about a supernaturalist composer named Theodore and the cops who suspect him of murder. After a young actress is beaten to death and her metronome goes missing, Theodore must lead detectives Nyla and Bruce down a mysterious trail of clues as they track down the missing metronome and the killer that took it. Here's what the judges have to say. Excellent job setting the tone from the beginning. The story was captivating from start to conclusion. Excellent short. Excited to see it produced. And because it was a metronome, I'm sure it came in on time. Come on! Dad joke. All right. Well, congratulations to Ethan. And Ethan, are you with me? Ethan, are you here? Hello.
I'm here. Hello.
All right, metronome. This is an inanimate object. And so you had to get creative in order to make that the focus of the screenplay. Tell us what your process was.
I used to play the violin growing up, and I hated having to use a metronome at practice because I just wanted to kind of flow and move with the music. So I always had this sort of, maybe the metronome could be the bad guy kind of a thing. And so when I was writing the story about two different worlds, I kind of started to focus on the metronome crossing music and murder together. So that was my inspiration there.
That took a lot of creative thought. And I hear you, though. I used to play piano, and Miss McCletchy, I know you're not with us anymore, but that metronome really, it ruined my flow, just like it did Ethan's. Tell us a little bit about the characters. You were very specific about Nyla and Bruce, and I want you to tell us more about what their mission was in the screenplay.
Yes, Nyla and Bruce are kind of like opposites a little bit. Bruce is the kind of tough guy who doesn't really believe in this supernatural stuff, but Nyla has a musical background, so she ends up believing in the metronome story. So they have this sort of confluence where eventually he lets her kind of take the lead because she's the musical one in the end. And the connection gets created between her and Theodore, the composer, and that's sort of how they solve the mystery.
Okay. Ethan, you are my blurred background brother, and congratulations on your win for the Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition. Congratulations again. We look forward to see more of you, and thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much.
All right. This has gone very well so far, I believe. Don't you? Yeah, it's gone very well. All right, we're going to keep it going because, we don't want anybody to be waiting too long to hear if they won or not. Boom. The next category and the next award for the 2023 Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition Awards is Best Short Screenplay. These are the nominees. Stalkers, writer DeAndre Johnson. Shout out to DeAndre. Metronome, writer Ethan Grover. Volaire, writer Runal Sudair Mestri. The Angel, writer Marciano Zapian. And Nicolas Cage, writer David Schumann. And the winner for Best Short Screenplay is, come on, man, Runal Sudair Mestri wins for Best Short Screenplay. Congratulations. Let's talk about what it's about. An old man who's living a lonely life is trying really hard to connect to ballet to give homage to his dead ballerina wife, but he doesn't have the emotional strength to move on from his past. Here are the judges' comments. Overall, very touching and enjoyable story. And we like to see that Runal danced his way through that one. Come on! I'm on fire today. I don't think Runal is here with us because then he could tell me how to really pronounce his name. But if he was, we would give him congratulations. Let's clap extra hard for Runal. Congratulations on Volaire. And I hope that you are doing good things in the future. All right. Next up, for the 2023 Los Angeles Screenwriting Competition Awards is Best Episodic Screenplay. These are the nominees. Cha Cha Cha, writer Dariani Santana. Go Directly to Jail, writer Matt Post. Divine Intuition, TV pilot, writer Kimberly Jade Solomon. And Gemini, writer Alex Vickery Howe. And the winner for Best Screenplay, Gemini, writer Alex Vickery Howe. Congratulations to Alex. Let's read what this is about. When a teenager goes missing, a mysterious old woman teams up with a young homeless man to solve the crime and expose a conspiracy 5 decades in the making. Oh. Here's what the judges said. This is great. With the right casting and producers attached, this can definitely hold its weight in prestige TV land. Come on now. Congratulations to Alex. And I feel like he is here with us from down under. Alex, congratulations, my man. Thank you. My camera's not working, and I was going to pretend I'm really handsome, but now you've got a picture of me. The truth is out. It's a nerdy guy in a cafe.
Let me tell you something, Alex. You have stayed up. It is the middle of the night. Everybody else in the house is asleep, but you are with us. So thank you for joining us, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Listen, the judges said this is ready for TV. Like this is prestige TV already. So I got to ask you, not so much how you came about this, but based on what they said, who would be your dream cast and your dream production crew?
Well, that's a tricky question because you don't like to fantasize too much, but let's do it.
All right.
Well, the main character's an older lady. So who do you reckon? Helen Mirren, Judi Dench. Who are the classy people out there? I kind of half imagine Miriam Margolyes, who is Professor Sprout in Harry Potter. That's a very weird, obscure reference, but she seems lovely on the outside, but she might not be if you get to know her. There might be more going on.
Okay.
There's a mystery for you.
That's right. Alex, we have you, and we want to maximize our time with you. So, all right. So now this, I feel like you are a screenplay machine. You are doing the most. And Gemini, what is the meaning of Gemini?
It's really weird, but I when you go down a rabbit hole, you might start on Wikipedia, and then an hour later, you've gone down somewhere else. I was reading about how spies in the UK and Australia actually worked in real life. And we have ASIO, which is like our really small spy agency in Australia, but it was set up by MI5 or MI6. So the James Bond guys came down to Australia in like the 60s. And I thought, what if one of these people was still alive, but, an older lady in a retirement home who seems like your grandma, but actually, if you scratch the surface, she's seen some stuff. And that's where I kind of went with it and flew from there.
Alex, I am in awe of you, and I love the feedback from the judges, and I think you are well on your way to greatness once we return to some sort of normalcy. So I want you to take these laurels and then get into bed and get some rest. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Congratulations again to Alex. I want you to know that I have been hosting, but I've also been seeing the support that has been going on in the comments for everyone who has won. I would like to personally thank everyone who has submitted, even the nominees. I saw someone say it's an honor just to be nominated. Yes, but your time is coming up. I want you to know that because it's tough making a decision of who will be the singular winner. But I think we're all winners in the fact that we have written, just like Eric said earlier, the writers write, and you guys are setting the pace for excellence in screenplay writing. Everyone couldn't win, but we do have a list of honorable mentions that we're going to put up on the screen now. If you see your name, congratulations. I will not attempt these names because I already messed up Runal. So I want you to just see if you see your name on here. We are applauding for you with the special effects, but also in person. So congratulations to everyone who has submitted. I really wish we could talk to Alex about Stupid Dead Boy, but we're going to do that later because he went to bed. And so what we will do instead is move on with our final award of the year. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is it. All right. Best Feature Screenplay is up next, and these are the nominees. Witching Hour, writer Alex Vickery Howe. Dream a Little Dream, writer Craig Joseph Chisholm. Tijuana Touchdown, writer Ronald Dean Smith. Time Doesn't Lie, writer Dallas Contreras. Father Christmas, writer Nick Alverson. And The Fourth Psalm, writer John L. Martins III. And the winner for the final award of this year's Screenwriting Awards is Dream a Little Dream, written by Craig Joseph Chisholm. Now, here's what this is about. A famed actor of the silver screen uncovers a whirlwind of corruption and entangled fabrications within the notorious movie studio that first launched his career, embracing true love and self-discovery along the way. The judges say, a tragically nostalgic read. The structure and format of the screenplay is very strong, very descriptive action and narrative. Stellar work. Okay, Craig Joseph Chisholm, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you.
I feel like I'd be talking like this. So I see, what was it?
Yeah, right.
You dreamed a dream and you made it happen. Tell us a little bit about what made you go nostalgia's way with this screenplay.
Yeah, I've always had an interest in old Hollywood. I think it's an incredibly there's just a lot going on. I think there's a huge curtain that unfortunately shielded a lot of corruption and just very, very horrible things. As the villain in Dream a Little Dream, Stanley is what's the word I'm looking for? Personifying. There we go. Yeah, and it's a lot about identity, which I am still figuring the fuck out today. And I was struggling a lot with it then, especially coming out of high school. I wrote this my junior year of high school into my senior year, and I was just really struggling with if I wanted to go to college, who I wanted to be. And Dream a Little Dream is very much around identity, self-discovery, figuring out who you really are, and not just who the public wants you to be in the variety magazines and whatnot. So, yeah.
Craig, what'd you say? You wrote this in high school? You wrote this in high school?
At the end of high school, I did, yes.
Okay. And you look still young. So, again, with the...
I'm 19 now, yeah. I was about 17, 18 when I was writing this.
I'm sorry, you said you're how old now?
I'm 19.
Listen, congratulations on that. Again, an old soul to be so young and to really focus on nostalgia. I really appreciate that because it's a different angle to take. But again, like you said, it's a universal theme of trying for self-discovery and trying to find yourself. And you are the worthy winner of the feature screenplay this year. Accept your laurels and congratulations once again. And since you are so young, you've got the whole world ahead of you. So
I'm very excited.
Keep on going. Keep writing. All right. That man, 19 years old. That man, 19. Congratulations to Craig and Alex and Ron and everyone who won today. I'm not going to try to say that man's name again because I messed it up all those times, but congratulations to everyone who won in all the categories: best feature screenplay, best short screenplay, best episodic screenplay, best most creative screenplay, and best character writing. All of you guys are deserving, and thank you to all the nominees who may have joined us in the live. I appreciate you all being here, and I'm sure the screenwriting competition does. And listen, that was this year. Doesn't mean that you are not going to be a winner next year. With little tweaks, hopefully maybe we can get some judges' comments to you so that you could just make it all the more resonating for next year. But we encourage you to continue to write and continue to submit these screenplays. Listen, submissions are open already for next year. So I want you to know that if you have anything else that you want to submit for next year, you can just go to LA Screenwriting and follow the process and get those screenplays in. It has been my privilege today to be the host for this. When I was approached to do this, we did a conversation with the writers right after they went on strike back in May, and we had a lengthy discussion about what the strike was all about. Eric told you what the current status is going on now, and now with the actors on strike as well. You know, Hollywood's come to a halt. So listen, if you want to produce independently with these screenplays you got, go on and do it. You feel me? And shout out to Phil and Eric. I still can't believe Phil gave a shout out to Dip, said, "Hey, Ma, that's right. You good? All right, all right." So anyway, this has been a privilege and an honor to do. Thank you for thinking of me to do it. Thank you for everyone who tuned in on YouTube Live. Just stay tuned. We have so much more in store throughout the year. We're going to keep coming back to you. Hopefully next year this will be bigger and better. This year, laurels. Hopefully next year, if we get some sponsors, we can get some get some money to our people. But for now, thank you for rocking with us, and thank you for submitting from all across the globe. I am Will Dawson, and thank you for enduring my dad jokes and chilling out with all of you for today. And thank you, and we will see you next time. Peace out.